YouTube, what's going on, guys? Patch here. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic day. Today we have a crazy one for you because Bitcoin is close to touching $30,000. It is down to almost 22%, and everything in the market is completely red and bleeding. I want to show you guys my price targets, what I see happening in the short term as well as the midterm coming up. So make sure you guys don't miss that. Before we get started with that, though, as always, you guys know if you guys want to copy every single one of the trades that myself and my expert team are entering in real time. We post every trade that we enter in our trade alert group. It's going to be first link down below in the description. We post every single one of our altcoin trades, every single one of our leverage trades. You'll get access to the #1 community in the cryptocurrency space by far, and it is free for 2 weeks. So for 14 days after you sign up, we're not going to hide anything from you. We're showing you every single one of our trades. Like I said, you'll see everything. We're pulling back the curtain and showing you everything that goes on behind the scenes. If it doesn't work for you, you don't like it, whatever it is, no questions asked, you guys can simply cancel and you'll avoid getting charged. Also, there's going to be a link down below to the exchange I use to long and short Bitcoin. It is Bybit. So when Bitcoin does something crazy like this in the future, if you want to enter a short position and catch Bitcoin and make profit on its way down, use Bybit. Link's going to be down below as well. And they're going to have a sign up bonus. Depending on how much you deposit, they're going to give you some money for free as well, just for joining their exchange. But let's look at the price of Bitcoin and see what's going on, because Bitcoin is down over $10,000, I believe. At the time of recording this, it's down over $10,000. If we take a look from its peak up here to the bottom, that is 11,530-ish dollars, down 27% from the high, and everybody is freaking out. And I'm smiling a little bit because you guys know, if you guys have been watching the videos, we've been talking about a crazy correction coming at some point because everybody was just buying in, and everybody became a cryptocurrency guru on Instagram, and everybody was just saying 40K is a great price to dump all of your money in. And you guys know, if you've been following the channel for some time, we always talk about dollar cost average. Don't buy at the highs, buy in the dips. You know, Bitcoin dips over here. It dipped around, what was it, 15%, 20% over here, 20% over here. And I was talking about dollar cost averaging in Bitcoin. This was the right time. If you were able to enter here, you were able to make a great profit on the next rally. If you were on Bybit with a 10x leverage, that's 490, almost 500% profit just at a 10x leverage, right? And then same thing happens over here. Bitcoin has this huge pullback, down almost 28%, almost 27 and a bit percent, and everybody is panicking. And since everybody bought in knowing nothing, just hoping to turn $100 into $1 million by the end of next week, when they sold, and we talked about this in the last video, when they started to sell because of a little bit of panic in the market, it was going to dump big time because they have no idea what they're doing. They're going to sell at losses. It's just going to tank the price lower and lower and lower and lower. And that's exactly what we've seen. But we could have seen this with the technicals. We have this drawn. This was a breakout pattern that we looked at, similar to this breakout pattern, similar to this breakout pattern. And if you remember, this first breakout pattern, once we had, the confirmation break to the upside, the volume was there. We had even a little bit of a retest, followed the EMA ribbon up to the next breakout pattern. Once this breakout pattern broke to the downside, we went back down and touched pretty much exactly the support we had previously from this breakout pattern. And from there, it started to climb back up, broke above the EMA ribbon again on the 1 hour time frame, moved back into the next breakout pattern. And when this breakout pattern broke, it broke and it currently went down to the support that we had previously over here. We saw a little bit of price action over here with the support of the previous breakout pattern. Currently here, obviously, we have a lot of price action at this range. That is exactly where Bitcoin is currently at. And we need to see what's going to happen. Now, there's obviously support at around this range. We talked about this. The next supports I have drawn for Bitcoin are at the $27,500 to $28,000 range. If we break below, you can see we had support obviously here, touch multiple times. If we break below, then that would be the next downside target for me. If Bitcoin does break down below that. And then even further, if we decide to break down below this, then we could even start looking at the $23,000 mark. But that is, a couple of breakdowns still to go. For now, if we're going to analyze the prices, I'm not going to be making any crazy predictions here because we're in the middle of this huge breakdown. We talked about the prediction here. We talked about what we were assessing, what we were looking at, what we wanted to see for a break up to the upside, or what we wanted to see for a break to the downside. We talked about that, and we saw that happen to the downside. Well, you can even see a little bit here. We had that breakdown first and then a retest, and then it came back down and then touched the EMA ribbon. That is now resistance because we broke below, came back down, touched the EMA ribbon, resistance, break back down. Wouldn't even be surprised if we were to come back up and touch the EMA ribbon. That's going to act as resistance again, because usually, again, just like we have these huge gaps when it's to the upside, right? We have a huge gap between the price and the EMA ribbon. We see the same thing happen when Bitcoin is to the downside. There's a huge price gap. At some point, the EMA ribbon will act like a magnet and start drawing Bitcoin back in. So at this time, what I'm doing, again, I told you guys I'm not going to make any crazy prediction of when is the exact bottoms. I'm giving you guys the levels to watch out for. The level we're at right now, $27,500 to $28,000. I'm giving you guys these levels, and these levels are important because that is where I will be dollar cost averaging, right? So I've had buy orders set down here and they were able to fill, right? Just recently, one of my buy orders filled at this range, and if we drop further, then you bet I will be having buy orders towards the lower ranges as well. Just be very careful when it comes to trying to time something exactly or jump into a trade just because you're scared and you're seeing all this volatility happen. Stay calm, analyze the market, see what's going on, find a good pattern that you're going to follow, and when you see that come in and you see that opportunity, then is the time that you're going to be starting to buy in, right? So if we zoom out to the 4-hour time frame, we can see we broke below the EMA ribbon here as well. That is bearish because we haven't seen this in quite a while. Last time we broke below the EMA ribbon on the 4-hour time frame, I mean, we didn't stay there very long. It was all the way back here, but this was early December 2020. We're already in 2021, so hasn't happened in 2021. We broke below. You can expect if we are going to stay below to, again, there's a big gap. At some point, we're going to need to retest if we're going to continue lower, but most importantly, to retest to see if we are going to bounce lower or if we're going to stay for a short period of time like we did previously and just kind of do something like this and start heading on its way up. So right now we need to keep an eye out on the charts, keep an eye out for the 4-hour, the 1 hour. Those are going to be what determine what we're going to be doing. And the daily time frame is still pretty good. We're still above the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame. We are just touching it here, haven't broken bearish on the EMA ribbon and the daily time frame, which is good. However, you'll notice on the RSI, I drew this over here. This is sort of a channel that I was noticing the RSI stick between, and we had multiple points of resistance touches up here, as well as multiple points of support touches towards this downside. So this to me on the daily time frame is also going to be crucial, because if we break below this, then the RSI still has room to go down, which could mean we could still see Bitcoin drop. And remember, when it comes to the daily time frame, anything above 25K is fair play for Bitcoin still being bullish on the daily time frame. Bitcoin, as long as it stays above 25K on the daily time frame, it doesn't break below the EMA ribbon here. The 4-hour could be bearish. We could see some, we could see the 4-hour drag it down to that $27,000 price, right? That $27,000, $28,000 price. We could see that happen on the 4-hour time frame. But unless Bitcoin breaks below the EMA ribbon on the daily time frame, then things are still looking very bullish, I believe, for the long run. We're going to look at some previous price action, the last bull run, show you guys stuff that sort of we saw happen there that we're kind of seeing something very similar happen right now. But I did want to share with you guys first. Again, altcoins are not doing great. We want to be securing profits. I secured profits. I told you guys the targets that I was securing profits for XRP up here. We saw an M pattern come in forming. It did then continue lower. Obviously, Bitcoin dragging a lot of altcoins down with it. We saw Coin360.io. Everything was red. Everything was red because Bitcoin, when it has that flash crash, it's dragging the prices lower and lower. So thankfully, securing profits here. It's back down to 26 cents. Let's see if it does. Obviously, price action history over here. We've seen price action here. We've seen price action here as well. A level of support, but could be another opportunity to buy some of your favorite altcoins if you want to. Dollar cost average into Bitcoin. Buy some altcoins. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you guys what to do. This is just what I'm looking at. This is, like I said, this is just what I'm looking at in the immediate term right now as Bitcoin is dropping. But news has come out that obviously with Bitcoin dropping 23% from its all-time high up to 27, 28% right now, whales are still buying Bitcoin. The amount of wallets with over 1,000 Bitcoin continues to go up, while the amount of wallets with less than 0.01 Bitcoin goes down. So what it looks like is people are stacking up their Bitcoin or dollar cost averaging their Bitcoin and moving up from having 0.01 to having 0.1 and so forth. And as that grows, the biggest gainers are the whales with over 1,000 Bitcoin. These are the ones. There's 2,261 there was on December 2nd. Now there's 2,352. Not a huge game, but I mean 100 people almost have joined the club of having over 1,000 Bitcoin in their wallet. Unfortunately, I wish I was up there with these guys. I wish I was at the 10K. We're not quite there just yet. Maybe at some point in the future. But Bitcoin does have these corrections coming in. Last time in the 2013 and 2017 bull runs, we regularly saw 20 to 30% corrections. These are normal. We talked about them weeks and weeks and weeks ago when we were having the bull run. These corrections happen. It allows opportunities to dollar cost average. I don't like buying at the top, so when these happen, I'm happy. I can get in lower and then ride the next wave up. It doesn't make me feel good buying things at an all-time high. Even if I think long-term Bitcoin looks extremely bullish, I just out of principle, I don't like buying at all-time highs. And I hate everybody that comes in when Bitcoin's blowing up and you just see them say, yeah, buy now, throw everything at it now, buy now, buy now, buy now. Terrible advice that they're giving out to people. But I did want to end off talking about the fear and greed index. Last video, we talked about the extreme greed that was coming in. We were at like 98. It was all the way up here. I don't think it's fully adjusted to, how fast the dip happened. So I don't think this represents currently exactly what's going on. It says last updated today, but again, there was a huge flash crash. It's happened very, very fast. I don't think this has adjusted accordingly. But we talked about how this thing was extremely high. There was extreme greed, 98, almost the highest it's ever been. And that was the warning sign that I had, that I didn't know if it was going to dump at 40, 45, 50, but a correction was coming sooner rather than later. And that's exactly what we saw happen. So keep an eye out on the fear and greed index to let you know how the sentiment of the market is going. It's going to help you guys out a ton in the future. But really quick, I do want to end off by saying I am creating a free cryptocurrency course for you guys. Just an introduction to how to operate exchanges, how to look at trading view, all that different stuff. I want to make it completely free for you guys if that's something that you guys want to see. So if it is something, let me know in the comments down below that, just let me know. Yeah, we want a free crypto course. Give it to us. Let us know how it works. Just to pass around to help people that are new in the space to get familiarized, make sure they don't get scammed so they don't have a bad taste in their mouth about the space. More adoption, better for everybody overall. So keep that in mind. Let me know in the comments if you guys want to see that. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I'll see you guys on the next video.